Dear students, today we are going to learn the new chapter, namely light. We have seen many forms of energy. It may be light, it may be sound, it may be electricity, it may be other forms of energy. And one of the important forms of energy is light. Now, light is a form of energy because you have learned in the smaller classes the process called photosynthesis. The plants prepare food in the presence of sunlight using carbon dioxide and water and prepare food. And the plants will use that to grow, and other living beings, it may be animals, it may be human being, use the plant products to get the food, and he will grow. He will do various work by consuming the food, and so light is a form of energy, right? Not only that, food energy we are getting from the light. Another important aspect we will get by using light, that is seeing the objects, which is very important. We are able to see all the things. It may be plants, it may be river, it may be mountain, the beautiful nature. We can able to see with the help of light. You may say that we have eyes, we can see the things, no need light. Now during night, can you able to see the things without owning the switch or without blowing up the bulb or the tube light? We have to use electric current to work the electrical appliances night, because sunlight is not there. Daytime sunlight make us to enable us to see the things, right? So light is very important for us. It's a form of energy to see the things. Not only the day-to-day life, the things we are seeing, this minute microorganisms you want to see. You will use some optical instruments like a compound microscope. Microscope, you have heard the word, right? To see that the microbes. You have seen now the effect of corona doing, isn't it? That to see that corona, whatever that virus, we have to see that one. Using compound microscope, we need light, right? Or if you want to see the celestial objects, the telescope we will use. To see that object also we need light. It may be anything. To see around us we need light. Now how we can see the things? When light is there, it falls on the objects, the sunlight coming from the sun, or the light from the tube light, or the any bulb, it falls on the objects and it reflects. And when it reflects, it reaches our eyes, and that image will form, the image of the object will form inside our eyes, and that information, what is that image? That information goes to the brain, and brain will make it to understand what object we are seeing. So that is very important. This is a very important role the light will play in seeing the things. Now I said the word the reflected light. So it is one of the important properties of light. Light has got many properties, like light is usually move in straight line, linear motion, and it will show the property called reflection, right? Light will reflect. This reflection property, regarding this we will learn in a standard. What about the reflection? What is reflection? Reflection is nothing but the bouncing back of the light. When light will travel, if it incident fall on some reflecting surface or any object which is smooth, plain surface, shining surface, the light when it falls, it will change its direction, and that we will call it as reflection. If you have a, usually will use the mirror to see the reflection. Even you can get the reflection without the help of mirror. when you are small kids, or you can do this one if you go outside taking your steel plate, new steel plate or used steel plate, and you focus the sunlight, fold like this way, sunlight fall on it, and that the light when it fall, it will change its direction, it will incident and it will reflect, and if you focus that reflected light on the wall or on the any objects, you can see the peck of light on the wall. You can make it move by changing the direction or the angle with which you are holding the plate. You can make it move. Or sometimes you have seen in the class students, they will focus the glass of the watch or the compass, whatever it is, to the light, and that reflected light will move inside the class. Sometimes naughty children will do that one, right? They will use the property called reflection. If you have a smooth surface, if light will fall here, now I have drawn a single line, it is a ray of light. Usually light will considered as beam of light, many rays will be there together traveling. It is called group of rays, we call it as beam. But usually in learning purpose we will show only one ray. Instead of beam of light, we will show only one straight line indicating one line, and we will show the direction of that light, the path through which it will travel, and it is indicated by this arrow mark. Now the light is traveling in this way, and if you have the mirror or the shining surface at the plane, usually mirror we will draw the structure like this way. This is the front part through which on which we will able to see our image. This is the back side of the mirror. Okay, I have drawn that line, non-reflecting. Now when the light will travel and hit here, fall on the shining surface or mirror and reflecting surface, you may call it, at this point it will change its direction, it will reflect, and in which direction it will travel, along this direction it will travel, and this direction, this arrow mark shows the direction of a reflected ray. It will change its direction, this ray will go and it will bounce back, comes back, the ray comes back, and this is called a reflection. Okay, now this reflection scientifically they studied, and they are given two important laws of reflection. What are the two important laws of reflection? First law, before explaining the laws, the things like incident ray, reflected ray, angle of incidence, angle of reflection, normal, these terms we should know. So we will see what it is. Now let us consider one mirror or any plane surface, and this line which I will draw like this way, through like line I have drawn, it is non-reflecting back side of the surface, and this is the front surface. I kept the objects. Now a ray of light is traveling here, one ray I will draw here, it will incident, this ray, say AB ray, ray AB incident here, right? Then due to this smooth plane surface, shining surface, it will change, it will bounce back, it will change its direction, and it will move along this direction, say BC, and this is the point, B is the point where the light will incident or reflect from this particular place, where it will hit the surface, that is called incident, point of incidence. From that point you have to draw the perpendicular line, you have to draw the perpendicular line from here down, there is no need back side, front side I will draw. So dotted line I have drawn, There is no line as such. Now, if you see the figure here, we have AB, the single ray of light traveling here along the direction of AB. This AB ray or the ray which is traveling, first it is called incident ray. Incident ray. We call it as incident ray, right? Now, at point B, it will hit or it will touch or it will incident the reflecting surface. Point of incidence. B is point of incidence. Point of incidence. Incidence means it will go and fall, touch incidence. The point of incidence. And at that point, we have drawn a BD line, a perpendicular line to the plane, this plane, plane MN, let it be named it as MN is a reflecting surface. MN is a reflecting surface. This is reflecting surface, and at the point M it got a incident, and here we have drawn the perpendicular to MN. BD is perpendicular to MN. We call it usually BD as normal line. Normal means perpendicular line. And we have one more thing here, BC. After reflection, when it incident, when it fall, that ray of light, it will reflect, it will bounce back, and this indicated by the ray BC. We call it now BC as reflected ray. We call it as reflected ray, right? And here the incident ray and the normal, between that there will be one angle here, this angle AB and BD. Between these two we have the angle ABD. Usually it is indicated by small letter I. It is called angle of incidence. Angle of incidence. I is angle of incidence. It is angle of incidence. In the same manner, we have another angle, the reflected ray and the normal. Together it will make another angle, this angle, R, angle R. It is called angle of, can you guess what is the name we can give? Angle of, correct, angle of reflection. So these are the terms you should know so that you will understand the first law. Which are the terms? The incident ray, the ray of light which will move first and fall on any surface, reflecting surface. Incident, hit on the surface. AB is called incident ray. After reflection, after hitting that point, it bounces back. It changes direction. That is along the BC direction. This ray is called reflected ray. Okay, and at the point where it will reflect from the surface, that point is called point of incidence. Here B point. From that point you have to draw a perpendicular line BD perpendicular to the reflecting surface MN. This is called normal. Okay, and we have two angles. One is angle between incident ray and the normal. Together it forms an angle. It is called angle of incidence, I. And same manner we have one more angle, that is between reflected ray and the normal. We have one more angle, named here it as R. It is called angle of refraction. Sorry, angle of reflection. Okay, angle of reflection. And the first law says angle of incidence. So first law of reflection, first law of reflection. what it says? Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. That is I angle I is equal to angle R. This angle sign no need. I is equal to R. I is equal to R. Always, whenever reflection takes place, I is always equal to R. Angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection. If angle of incidence is 30 degree, what is the angle of reflection? It is also 30 degree. If angle of reflection, if you got 50 degree, then what about the angle of incidence? Then definitely it is also 50 degree. So they are always equal. That is the first law of reflection, and you can do one activity at home to test this. What you need is, you take one comb. You take one comb. You have the comb is right like here. You have its teeth. Right here, you have teeth here. Now what you have to do is, you completely close it, all the teeth of the comb, leaving only one thing. Close it. Gum with any dark paper, whatever it is, this side also you close it. Only left out only one opening here. One comb you kept it open. This should be open. Now completely close it, all the remaining its teeth, okay? Only one should be open here. Now if you, on the torch back side of this comb, you can see a small beam of light coming through that one opening. One teeth is open, no? Through that light will come, like a narrow beam of light you will get, like a ray of light you will get. So if you take the comb completely, you can cover it with the any dark sheet of paper or any material, and one teeth of that comb should be kept open for the passage of light. When you use torch light or any focus light back side of the comb, so only one small beam of light should come in front of the this one. That is your ray of light, right? Now you have to, in a dark room you can do that, or in with the light also you can do that. If in light is there, if you take one table, spread one drawing sheet or white sheet, right, and keep your comb and close all other things, and only one opening should be there, one small slit should be open there, using that comb, and back side you can on the torch, so that you can get the beam of light. So properly you keep it on the drawing sheet perpendicularly your comb, right? Then if you turn it, then that beam of light also changes direction. Now when, in front of that beam of light, if light comes here from here, change the particular angle whatever it is, and in front particular direction you keep the mirror here. You see the mirror, this is non-reflecting surface, keep the mirror, so light will fall here and it will reflect here. You can see the reflection, and you, if you draw at this point perpendicular line here, this angle is equal to this. So in a different direction you can change the mirror or change the comb and see the reflected, the incident ray and the reflected ray. You can see it. I have did that experiment using the laser light instead of this, and you can see the experiment at the end of the class, okay? You also try at home using this, because you cannot persuade your parent to buy one new laser light. You can try this because this is available at home, okay? So you do this activity, you definitely, what you have to do, take it, keep it on the table, and when you keep it there, comb here like this way, like this way, keep it perpendicular. If this is the drawing sheet, keep it, your comb should be kept perpendicular, that so light will come here, keep the mirror here, okay, then see the reflected light like this. So you can change the this one position of the comb or position of the mirror, so that you can see the different angles light get reflected by the mirror, and you make the path of the reflected incident light as well as reflected light. And here if you draw the normal here, take that on the drawing sheet, you can see this angle is equal to this. You can try this at home, one activity. Another law, second law says this incident ray, reflected ray and the normal, these three aspects all lie on the same plane. If you take the drawing sheet, imagine if the drawing sheet here, this is the incident, if on the blackboard only the incident ray will be there, on the blackboard only the reflected ray will be there, and when you draw the normal, it also lie on the blackboard or the drawing sheet only. So you can try this, how to find out using the activity that they all lie on the single plane. The same experiment when you are doing with your comb and that white drawing sheet, you keep it on the edge of the table, okay, and see the reflected ray first. You can see the incident ray and the reflected ray. Then at the edge of the table, when you keep the drawing sheet, the reflected ray position, that sheet of paper should come on the edge, which will be show the reflected ray. Like that way you have to arrange. And next, later you bend that side of the drawing sheet, okay. If you take the sheet like this way, this one whatever it is, keep it on the table, you get incident ray, you will get a reflected ray, right? If you keep it on the edge, you can bend it. If it is reflected ray is this side, you can bend it, so that when you bend it, you can see the incident ray, but you cannot see the reflected ray because you have changed the plane. So on the same plane, all the three will be there: incident ray, normal and reflected ray. So if that portion of the drawing sheet where the reflected ray is coming or reflecting particular that point, if you bend the drawing sheet, white sheet, then you cannot able to see because you have changed the direction. Drawing sheet will be there, but it has in the different plane it lies now, and the reflected part only I am talking, okay. So then the plane is different, so it is all lies on the same plane, so we cannot able to see. If you make that bent sheet again, drawing sheet straight or all lie on the same plane straight, if the plane will be there, the drawing sheet, then again you can see incident ray, the normal and the reflected ray. All the three can, normal we are drawing no doubt, but you can say incident ray and reflected ray. That is the second law of reflection. So this also you can try it at home, these two activities, but you can watch it later when I will do the experiment. You can see it at the end of the class, right? So what we have studied, children, the meaning of reflection and the two laws regarding the reflection and the activity. So what is the reflection? Bouncing back of light is called reflection. From the plane flat surface, the light bounce back, it is called reflection. We have two laws of reflection. First law says angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, and second law says the incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal, all these three lies on the same single plane. That is the second law of the reflection. And more about the reflection we will learn in the next class. Please do the activity and watch the videos. Thank you.
We will experimentally find the two laws of reflection. First, take one white drawing sheet, keep it on the table, and you take an plane mirror and you have to make it stand perpendicular to this white sheet. I have used two clips to make it stand perpendicularly on this drawing sheet. Now I have used the laser light to incident on this mirror. When it reflects, the reflected ray comes in another direction, and as I change the angle of incidence or different direction, I will make the ray to fall on this mirror after reflection. Accordingly, the angle of the reflected ray also move in different directions. Okay, I will show you now using the laser light. Now at this point I will make the light to fall on the mirror. Now you can see the incident ray, right? Now you can see along this direction the incident ray, it will fall on the mirror, and you can see that along the direction where the light get reflected. This is the incident ray, and this is reflected ray. I have used now without light so that you can see the light clearly, the two rays, incident ray and the reflected ray. Can you see, children? Clearly you can see now in the dark as I change the angle. Here it is the mirror at this point, and when I use the different angles, the reflected ray also changes. Now we will draw the line along the incident ray. That is the line along the incident ray. Then along the reflected ray we have to draw the line and the point of incidence. I will show the point of incidence. We will mark it. There we have to draw perpendicular line. Now see what is the angle between them. Now if you see here, this is the incident ray and this is the normal. I have drawn this point of incidence. This is angle of incidence I, and this the reflected ray. Light travels along this direction, and along this normal it will make an angle R. It is angle of reflection, and this is incident ray along this direction. I have shown the arrow mark. Now angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. I is equal to R. Dear students, see the incident ray and see the reflected ray. Can you see, children? It lies on the sheet of white paper in a single plane. Now I will bend it. Now you can see only the incident ray. Can you see the, children? Incident ray. Can you see the reflected ray now? The plane is now different. I have bent the white sheet paper. Now the reflected ray you cannot see. Only the incident ray you can see, but the reflected ray you cannot see. But if I will make the plane once again, now again you can see the reflected ray here. Here you can see the reflected ray, because now incident ray and reflected ray lies in the same plane. It is here now. So the incident ray, reflected ray and the normal all lie on the same plane. That is the second law of reflection.